Have Femi Akonde standing by to bring us details. Femi, counting and sorting sorted.
Yes, Veronica, everyone, governorship candidates in Kaduna State as we speak, are on pins and needles waiting with bated breath as the election results transit from the polling unit to the ward collation center to the local government collation center before it gets to the state collation center where everything is summed up and then a winner emerges and announced and returned elected. Well, you know, that's as we speak right now, the results in some areas are at the local government level, while in some places it is still at the ward collation center. It's a very delicate process, and it's also a time when it's also a very fragile period when security agencies are on their toes to ensure that this critical moment of the electoral process is indeed protected, just to ensure that these results are allowed to transit from these places, that is, these stages up to this collation center. But one thing that has also been done in this election is the electronic transfer or transmission of the results to the IREF portal. You know, when the electoral officers finished at the polling units and then got to the ward collation center, before their results are admitted, they have to also defend it. They have to answer some questions from the collation officers. One of those questions is if indeed they were able to successfully upload the results at their polling units to the INEC IREF portal. And the response was was affirmative. A lot of them said indeed they were able to successfully upload all of that. But you know, at the end of the day, we will still wait to see how the whole process turns out. These are just feeds we are getting from some polling units, not the entire polling units in Kaduna State. We do not know if some other electoral officers or presiding officers had issues uploading, but you know, generally speaking, we are yet to get issues about failure to upload these results on the form EC8A to the IREF portal. Veronica.
Right. Did you speak with any of the party agents to get a sense of what they feel about the whole process?
Yes, indeed. I spoke with quite a number of them. They are quite impressed with the whole process, you know, at the turnout. The turnout of registered voters for them was not quite impressive. But one thing that they were satisfied with was the early arrival of the INEC officials, because in the previous election, that is the presidential election, some INEC, in some places, voting materials arrived at about 2 p.m., 2:30 p.m. when voting was supposed to close. But this time, as early as 8 a.m., most of the polling units had opened and voting areas were being set up. Registered voters were already loitering around, waiting for the voting to properly commence so that they'll be able to cast their ballot. So logistic arrangements and arrival of electoral officers was quite on time in Kaduna State, most parts of the state, you know, but that of a turnout of registered voters was an issue that they pointed out. Even the governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, also commented on that. He said compared to the presidential election, the turnout this time is not impressive. And if you look at the turnout in the presidential election, it was also not quite impressive. Just about 30% of registered voters came out to cast their ballot. Kaduna State has 4.3 million registered voters, but in the presidential election, just 1.4 million registered voters came out to cast their ballot. And from all indications, it appears as if it would even be less than that number in the governorship and state houses of assembly election. Everyone expected that they will be more interested in the whole process because this is a local election and people will come out to cast their vote. But, well, it appears as if there was voter apathy to a large extent in this governorship and state houses of assembly election. But it remains to be seen how this will impact on the outcome of the process. Veronica.
Right. Kaduna State is touted as one of the battleground states. Give us a sense of how the atmosphere was leading up to the election, during the election, and afterwards.
Well, indeed, it's a battleground state because if you look at the frontliners, the main contenders, the All Progressives Congress, the People's Democratic Party, even the Labour Party and the NNPP, these are the four front liners in this particular ballot. And a lot of them worked really hard. They went round the states, they campaigned. There was a lot of horse trading and a lot of politicking and backroom deals that went on before the election. Even the desperation on the part of the candidates was also very high. We saw a lot of their campaigns, violence broke out in a lot of their campaigns, and it also was a cause for concern for police and other security agencies. You know, the Deputy Inspector General of Police also said he was going to deal ruthlessly with anyone whose action or inaction threatens the electoral process in the state. So it's a keenly contested ballot. You know, everyone, it's as we speak now, it's neck and neck. Even from the results we are seeing from polling units trickling in, you know, it's already an indication of what to expect. A keenly contested race that it's too close to call as we speak. But, you know, for now, it's just to wait and see how it will turn out as these results coming from polling units to the ward, to the local government, before it gets to the state coalition center. But it will be really interesting to watch, and especially the local governments, the big local governments here in Kaduna State. That's Kaduna North, Kaduna South local government, Chikun local government, Zaria local government. These are particular local governments. They all have a large number of registered voters, above 300,000. All of them all have above 300,000 registered voters. And these are the local governments that will decide who wins the ballot. All of the candidates are really concerned about this local government because whoever wins these big local governments indeed would most likely win the race to occupy Kashim Ibrahim House here in Kaduna State. Veronica.
All right, Femi Akonde, we'll definitely keep tabs with you for more developments out of Kaduna State.